During the making of the BBC television series Living in the Sun, I ventured up and down the Spanish costas helping British families find their ideal home away from home. In this new series, I'll be venturing further afield to discover new investment opportunities in vibrant overseas property markets, where us Brits are still leading the way and enjoying the benefits of more relaxed lifestyles, lower costs of living and greater returns on our property investments. Today I'm off to Egypt to find out more about the country's most exclusive private resort, which has been designed by a team of international architects, including Italian designer Alfredo Frida and Britain's own Michael Graves. Cap! If you could design your own perfect holiday home destination, starting with a blank canvas from scratch, what would you choose to include, not only for yourself and your friends, but with the whole family in mind, and not only for today, but for the future? How big would you dream? Our destination today is a dream come true for one man with an eye for detail and a passion for excellence. Visionary Egyptian developer Samir Siweris took a corner of the Sahara Desert and turned it into an oasis of tranquility and luxury, and he called his vision El Gouna. We've come here to discover why El Gouna is being referred to as Egypt's best kept secret, why award-winning hotel groups, savvy international property investors and discerning families are coming here to enjoy the year-round sunshine, first-class facilities and the numerous tax advantages that El Gouna has to offer. Now, the thing that impresses you the most when you come into an apartment at El Gouna is the sheer space and size. Now, this is a typical two-bedroom apartment, and they vary between 88 to 130 square metres in size. As you can see, there's marble floors, a very cool effect, lovely white high ceilings, air conditioning as standard, and of course the American kitchen. There is great space to entertain. Again, you have the marble worktop. All the feeling of space, which is really, really important in a warm country like this. And over this way, we have the first of the two bedrooms. Now, as the guest bedroom, again, you have this lovely feeling of space and light, high ceilings, lots of light, and a terrace out there with fantastic views over the Red Sea. And next to the second bedroom is the guest bathroom. Now, this is wall-to-wall marble, a great walk-in shower, vanity unit, bidet and WC. Now, this is the master bedroom with its own ensuite bathroom, and again you can see by these two large beds that are here, lots of space to use, very high ceilings once again, air conditioning and a lovely terrace with views over the Red Sea. And of course here we have the ensuite bathroom, and much like the other one, it's wall-to-wall marble, walk-in shower, vanity unit, bidet and a WC. Now, this is one of the larger three-bedroom marina apartments, over 200 square metres of living space. Again, these very high ceilings, lots of space in the living room, kitchen, two more bathrooms, one ensuite, and walking out this way you see some fabulous views over the marina. El Gouna is located on the shores of the Red Sea, about 5 hours flying time from the UK and most northern European cities. In recent years, it's become a world-class destination for kite surfers and scuba divers too. Now, if beach activities and water sports are not your thing, you may like to hire a buggy and try out the challenging golf course, or just relax in one of the numerous spas on the resort. As I mentioned before, El Gouna is built on more than 20 islands and it's surrounded by lagoons. So if you feel that you want to buy something really luxurious, splash out for one of these lovely villas here on the lagoon. Imagine entertaining your family and friends in this fabulous cabana with its own barbecue and plunging in and out of the infinity pool and watching your yacht bob up and down on its own private moorings. El Gouna has been designed by some of Europe's and Egypt's most renowned architects and covers an area of more than 10 million square metres. The hotels, villas and apartments are located mostly on the waterfront, and whichever one you choose, they all represent excellent value for money. Now, I'd like to show you one of the waterfront properties here. It's a luxury villa with an Italian design. Now, this Tuscany-style single-storey villa has been designed by Italian designer Alfredo Freda, and is actually tremendous attention to details. These beautiful Italian marble floors and over 320 square metres of living space. So let's explore. So this leads through to the dining room, and as you can see, it's a really spacious room, dining up for 10 people in here, and straight from we can go on to the kitchen. As we can see, this is a very spacious kitchen, very, very well designed. Again, the English furniture has been imported, but of course you could choose whichever style you wish. And through that way, it takes you through to the staff quarters or nanny's annex. And this way, we'll see a little more of the house. So from the corridor, we come into the master suite with its own sitting area and this very spacious bedroom. Now, interestingly, this room has an ensuite shower room and an ensuite bathroom, which used to be a walk-in closet, and the present owners have converted that, so you have that option. Now, from the master suite, we come into this enormous internal courtyard, which has been set up for al fresco dining. In fact, there are 3 other bedrooms, all with ensuite bathrooms, that lead onto this as well. So it's a really lovely place to entertain. So that's our Tuscan villa here on El Gouna. We just noticed, in fact, there's an English family that are next door, and we'd like to go and have a chat with them. So let's see what they have to say about living here. So Donna, you come to live out here in El Gouna. How long ago did you actually buy out here?
About 4 years ago. We went to see an exhibition in London about 5 years ago, and we were thinking about buying a place in Europe, and we saw the stand for El Gouna, and it was just such good value for money that we decided this was the place for us.
As opposed to Spain or Portugal? Or...
Definitely, because you've got the weather for the whole of the year. And we just love it here, it's beautiful.
Right. What do you like about it the best?
Rest and relaxation.
Right.
Wall-to-wall sunshine, beautiful restaurants, beaches.
Okay, and how about security? Do you feel quite comfortable living in Egypt?
Very,
right.
very secure here.
Yeah, and some people tell me you can get sort of hassled in some of the Egyptian towns. What do you find about like that?
Not here at all. Very, very relaxed.
Right. So you recommend it to people, would you?
Recommend it to anybody.
But not everybody.
Keep the secret.
Keep the secret. Okay, Donna, thank you ever so much.
Welcome.
Now it's early evening here and everybody from the hotel is off to town, and there's many different ways to get around, as you can see. These are imported buses from Karachi, and there's many different other ways to get around too, as you'll see in a minute. Now it's early evening here in Gouna, and this is when the town really comes to life. So I'm going to explore a little bit and see what it has to offer. First of all, I think I'm going to try one of these. How do we get one of these? Yeah. Every Monday and Friday evening, the town strikes up a band here, and you can come and out al fresco dining. You can choose to eat in any of these restaurants and listen to the music. Tonight's Friday night, and we're here on the marina. On a Monday night, we'll be on the other side enjoying that evening. Now, there are many different ways to get around in Gouna, as I mentioned before, but my personal favourite is by tuk-tuk. Yeah. Yalla. There are many things that have impressed me in this resort, but particularly what impresses me most is the infrastructure that's in place. Not only are the nurseries, schools, universities, hospitals of a European standard and medical care, but also even a branch of the Alexandria Library. And also international banking facilities such as HSBC Bank, so you can get your money in and out of this country very, very easily. I've also been impressed to discover that during the building of Gouna, wherever possible, they've used recycled materials in the roads and the pavements. And as a result, they've won various different environmental awards. Now, I've had a good look around Gouna, and I must say what I've seen so far, I'm very impressed. I still have one or two questions that I'd like to have answered. So I'm off to the developer's office to meet Niazi Mustafa to find out more. So Niazi, thank you very much for seeing me today. I know you're a very busy man and you flew down here today. It's a long way to come.
It's an absolute pleasure. Welcome to Gouna.
Thank you, thank you. I'm curious to know a bit about the history of the development company. Perhaps you could tell me a bit about that.
Well, basically Erascom Development Holding, known in Egypt as Erascom Hotels and Development, derived from a construction background, which was a company which was developed in the 1950s by the father of our chairman, Mr. Onsi Sawiris. And Gouna happens to be one of our flagship developments. This was the first development that our chairman had basically discovered and developed, and it's been existing since 1995.
Okay, so but the background of the company is like over 40 years old, and it's still a family business, is that right?
It's a family business. They're all very, very involved, and I think that's definitely one of the beauties about El Gouna is that, you know, you see them quite often, you know, walking through the resort, and, you know, our chairman this is his baby, so...
when I came to El Gouna, I mean, I had no idea what to expect, and I was very surprised to find it so established.
Well, El Gouna covers a total area of 38 million square meters, and what's been developed today, which is a fully integrated development with all the infrastructure facilities that you can think of, from hospitals to schools to hotels, etc. 9 million square meters and growing every year quite rapidly.
It's an amazing place, I have to say. I mean, one of the concerns that many people have about investing outside the European Union is the stability of the country. I mean, how is Egypt politically structured right now to take investment? I mean, is it a safe place to be?
I think Egypt currently it's had a growth rate of around over 7% annually for the last 2 to 3 years. The influx of tourism and the rate of development is big. You have some of the biggest names which have come in to develop other developments and taken substantial land banks for touristic and residential purposes. I think that's a clear indicator that, you know, where Egypt is going in the right direction. From a political point of view, the government has made strong efforts to do a complete political reform as well as a reform on all the laws to make a system which complies more towards an international standard. And I think that creates a lot of security for investors. It's a plus.
Do you see many people from other parts of Northern Europe investing here? What kind of profile are people?
Absolutely. We have Egypt. El Gouna has been sold to 67% foreigners since its establishment, and actually 30% of those 67% originate from the UK.
Is that right? So if somebody's coming to invest here, what kind of properties are there available, and what's the purchasing process here?
The process is very, very straightforward. Basically, there's a payment structure. They make a down payment. They reserve the property for 2.5%. They make the completion of 15% for a down payment. And they pay over 2 years in quarterly installments. Of course, there are different financing options which we can suggest to them to make things easier should they decide to take that track.
So does that mean that the banks are willing to lend to...
There are different financial institutions which will facilitate that.
For overseas investors?
Absolutely, yes.
Right, that's interesting. Good. So what kind of returns can an investor expect to get in El Gouna if you're buying one or more properties, for instance?
I think, modestly speaking, you could expect between 25 to 30% annually, and that would be a good rate of return, of course, depending on location and how much is done to the particular piece of real estate. The premiums can be much better, and have shown to be much better for certain individuals. So.
Okay. Well, I've had a look around at some of the properties, and I know most of the development you're doing now is for the future, but we've seen some of the interiors of different properties. I mean, if people want to find out more information about what's available here in El Gouna, do you have a website, for instance, they could look at?
Yes, we have our Erascom real estate website where they can go in. They can inquire not only about real estate, but we also have our rental department, which is linked there. And this could be a very pleasant way for them to come in and actually experience firsthand, without making a full commitment to start off with, what it would be like to stay in El Gouna to actually experience one of the real estate products. And we highly advise that they do it that way, because you know, it also will give them an idea of what they would prefer or what they are looking for, and they can make a better decision in that case.
Okay. So, Niazi, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate that, and hopefully one day I'll be able to come back again. I told you there's many ways to get around El Gouna. There's one more way that I have to show you. El Gouna is where Egypt's elite come to play. It may be exclusive, but as I've discovered, you don't have to be super rich to live here. By comparison to the UK, the cost of living here is very low, with utility bills and petrol at a fraction of the price of the UK. In fact, it costs just under £10 to fill up at the pumps. El Gouna even has its own brewery. The choice of restaurants is quite amazing, with various different types of international cuisine and first-class catering standards. But again, not too expensive. If this all sounds too good to be true, that's exactly what the people of El Gouna want us to think. The people here are courteous and gentle, and almost everybody speaks English. This coming November, EasyJet will open up a direct route from the UK to Hurghada International Airport, which is just 20 minutes up the coast. I, for one, will certainly be coming back. I hope to see you here again soon. Cheers.